So I've been meditating and communicating with my higher self and asking, what would I need to do to make my first $1 million year? And typically when you're meditating, you're in silence, you pick up the signal, okay? The clearer you are as a vessel, the stronger the signal will come through. And so what came through for me was to learn Feng Shui. And not just learn Feng Shui, but incorporate Moldavite into Feng Shui. So in today's episode, I'm going to share with you what I managed to piece together between Moldavite and Feng Shui and how to work and harness this energy to bring this $1 million year. Are you ready for it? 1, 2, 3, let's go. Everybody, welcome back. So for those who were interested in clicking this video, there's a part of you in this point in time feels like this $1 million is a lot of money, right? With this money, it could bring us stability, it could bring you safety, it could bring you this grounding energy that you're currently seeking in this version of you right now. And so to put that into perspective, what we need to do internally is work on our root chakra. When we feel unstable, when we feel ungrounded, that gives us insight on which chakra is off balance. And so, yes, I'm talking about how to generate this money, connection with Feng Shui, but this version of me having $1 million already exists at one point in time. Now it's just me bridging the gap to get there. And in between is learning how to harness Moldavite's energy and Feng Shui. Cool? All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tammy, and basically talk about Moldavite, and now I'm tapping to Feng Shui, right? Everything is energy work. So I'm a medium, I'm a guide to help you bridge everything together and to make it simple, basically. And for those who are returning, welcome back. I'm happy you picked up the signal, and just continue following the energy. Your higher self will always lead you to your one next step. And your one next step may be meeting your teacher, maybe connecting with someone, crossing paths with someone, but always ground yourself in that everything is working out for you, okay? So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This will help you connect to the channel's energy field and my energy field. All right, so let's get started. For those who've been following the journey, you notice that I've been going through this past life period, right? Connecting to my past life, healing my past life, cutting the cords and healing the karmic contracts that no longer serves. And during this healing journey, I started connecting back to my roots. Not only my Vietnamese roots, but now I'm starting to uncover my Chinese roots, which is a very small portion of it, but it's still me, it's still vibrating within my blood. And in this point in time in my journey, this is when Feng Shui came through. So my ancestors, maybe this past life version of me was a Feng Shui master. So now it's me reconnecting to my Chinese roots and learning Feng Shui all over again, right? When we start tapping into our past life, which Moldavite will lead us there, it's very important to become aware of how it shows up in our reality, because there's something to heal, something to complete with whoever's embodying that energy in this lifetime. Okay, so we'll talk more about past life in another episode, but today let's tap into Feng Shui, what it is, and how Moldavite correlates with all of this. So for starters, let's get to the foundation of what Feng Shui means, right? The root, the foundation of how it started. So Feng Shui is a very ancient technique that is originated in China. And so what they uncovered is everything is calculation. It's a very meticulous training and learning based on the movement of the stars and how our planets move. So this is what originated the zodiac, the different astrology, right? Different important dates, alignments. It's rooted off of this teaching of Feng Shui for this area of the world. Now, if you're in India, another area of the world, similar teachings, but their teaching came through as Vatsu, right? Correlation of how the movement of energy correlates with that time and movement within that part of the world. But the teachings were channeled through as well. And if you're interested in the pagan learnings, they have the different cardinal directions that they follow. So it's same, but different, basically. But they all are teaching some very similar concepts on the movement of energy and how it affects us that are inhabiting the earth, okay? And so Feng Shui, to the foundation of it, means wind and water, the movement of qi through wind and water. So if we take a closer look at it, the sun and the stars, so let's break it down to 3 different segments of qi of how this energy moves, okay? So first is the sun, the moon, and the stars. We call this the heavens qi, the cosmos. So as the planetary moves, or the different moon cycles, you can notice that our body are going through different phases or different stages within our life. When it's a full moon, you may feel like whatever's not coming up to heal, it's going to be amplified. You may feel a lot more angry, a lot more agitated. Whatever it is that you haven't healed, is going to be amplified through the moon cycles, okay? So our body is already 70% water. And if Feng Shui means the movement of energy through wind and water, here's a prime example of how this water within our body affects us. Also, water is blood as well. So tapping into our bloodlines in a different part of when we're talking more about past life, okay? All right, so back to this. There's heaven's qi. There's also an earth's qi, right? Since we're on earth, there's a grounding energy correlated with the earth. So the earth consists of mountains, rivers, trees, buildings. So as if you look at it, the energy from the cosmos come in. If a mountain is blocking it, it's going to redirect the energy in a different directions. Or if there's a lot of trees there, the energy is redirected. So it's all, if the foundation of it is the movement of energy. And this teachings of Feng Shui is very calculated on how this energy moves, okay? So that's to put it simply. Now we got the heavens qi, we got the earth qi, we also got the human qi, which is us. And that's why it's very important for us to work on our body as a clear vessel, because our energy fields affects those around us, okay? So we are on the micro aspect of it. This is more of a grander scale of how the energy moves. So at the earth qi, the home or the building is grounded into the earth, right? When you build this home, there's foundations that's grounded into the earth. So the home, the building, is connected to the earth qi. And the energy of different planetary movements affects what's around us. However, within the home is what contains this energy. So there's another part of Feng Shui that talks about different sectors in your home that moves throughout the year, okay? So our home harnesses a different energy as well. If you go outside, the energy is more in harmony because it's very open space. But when we're talking about buildings and homes, whatever energy is in there, the energy is being harnessed, right? So there's the sector in the home that is for wealth. There's a sector for the home that is bad luck, mishaps, or illness or sickness. So that's once you become aware of it, we make the proper movements within the home to not activate this energy within the home. So there's different schools of Feng Shui. We're going to talk more about it. I actually have a very excited to have a guest here on one of these upcoming episodes. All right, so for those who are here, chances are you already have a Moldavite, you've been working Moldavite, or you're thinking about Moldavite, right? Moldavite's probably pulling you here to hear this message. So for me, I'm going on my 5th year working very, very on the spiritual side of Moldavite. And so what I've came to uncover is Moldavite, right? So we got, this is us. So when we're working on this human chi, it's the different 7 chakras. And what I always share with my students or my clients is, I'm going to teach you how to connect with your intuition, your guides. And my goal is to help you become this clear vessel so that you can tune in to the higher guidance of this higher version of you. So here's some principles or some foundation what you will realize what happens when working with Moldavite. 1, it's very easy to get ungrounded or spaced out. Many of you who have a Moldavite may feel like, you're tapping into this higher self version of you so fast that you kind of disregard this body here right now, right? So that's why grounding is very important when you're working Moldavite. Be out in nature, be out in the earth, help ground yourself to the energy of the earth to help bring you back to the present. It's also like gets you very spaced out when you're talking with someone and then your mind is somewhere else. It's probably Moldavite, okay? 2, when you work Moldavite, a lot of your shadows will come up very fast, basically. You're talking about Moldavite is a meteor impact stone. So this is the exciting part that my guides are telling me, like, once you learn and uncover this is what's going to bring you that $1 million vision. It's going to help bridge that gap. All right, so Moldavite is from a meteor impact, right? So we're carrying here the energy of the heavens, the stars, the cosmos, here in our body. So what I realized when Feng Shui was first discovered, they only factored in how the heavens impact the energy of the earth. But here we have a Moldavite, energies from the stars, down here on our body. This is how we bring heaven on earth. Does that make sense? Right? But first, for someone to even harness Moldavite's energy, you gotta go through all your crap. Literally, Moldavite will bring up all your shadows very fast for you to purge and move out of your system. Right? You're recalibrating to this new frequency of the stars, of the heavens. And with that, you have to learn to detach. And what you realize is how it's going to show up in your reality is different people will show up who's no longer in alignment. Let them go. Material items that are no longer vibrating in your energy field will start breaking. Will start leaving your energy field. So that's why you hear people get like random accidents, car accidents. For me, I had a car accident when I first got my inventory of Moldavite, and now looking back, that car was no longer in my right. It couldn't hold the energy of all this Moldavite that I had. Okay, so it's such a discrepancy in the energy that car had to vibrate out. So when we get deeper into this, we're going to talk about this fear around death as well. Okay, but to put it simply right now, whatever is not in your vibrational match is going to vibrate out. So it's very important to let go. And when you're talking about the death process, right, imagine, we hear this doomsday, this apocalypse. Well, what if that apocalypse is the death of the old you? When we're purging, when we're cutting cords, this old version of you is dying off as you're recalibrating to this new energy that is your higher self. So it's you're changing from the molecular level, basically. So that is another part of Moldavite that, the more you uncover the power behind it, the more you're going to realize like how powerful this stone is. And again, not everyone gets called to Moldavite. So chances are, if you're getting pulled to a Moldavite, it means that you can harness this energy, right? It's very easy to get very uncomfortable around Moldavite, and you would notice this within yourself or the people around you. Because not only is all your shadows coming up, it's impacting the people around you. It's working to recalibrate to this new energy of the new you. So many of us may start, who start working Moldavite, may feel pulled to go somewhere, whether it be pulling you somewhere to disconnect you from this time and space that's ingrained in this pattern that is the old you, right? If you're around family a lot, you're around coworkers or friends who have these already set an energy of who you were. It's when you're on this healing journey, sometimes it's best just to leave for a while, go on a sabbatical to really find yourself, okay, and heal, rather than being here and getting different things said to you that will take you back to this old pattern of you. Basically, it's helping you break the cycle. But if you can't travel, or you're more, I would say, kind of stuck in where you're at, whether it be family with work, then the best way is to go internal, find some space to heal and meditate, and do some cord cutting. Okay? So that's the next part of what the Moldavite is. If we're looking to harness the energy of the stars, we must learn how to heal within here to become a clear vessel, right? The more that we become this clear vessel, the more we can bring in this energy of the stars out here on Earth. And I feel like that is what makes a difference, what's happening right now with Moldavite, and why it went viral, and so many people are looking into Moldavite right now, because they're ready to have this big awakening, this heaven on earth, this death of an old fear-mongering reality. This old version of us is actually dying off. So some people may be able to ascend with their body, some people may not. Okay, so that's a little bit about Moldavite, is being able to harness the energy of Moldavite. So that is what's different from what I'm learning about Feng Shui so far, because the Feng Shui, they didn't factor in this energy of the stars being here on Earth. So how does that, if this Earth is already vibrating at a different frequency, right? We can use crystals and stones to help raise the frequency. But if we're talking about this energy of the cosmos, it is way more powerful than us, right? We are just a micro level of what's out there. So what happens when we were able to clear ourselves as a vessel? How does that impact the energy of our surroundings? That is something I'm uncovering right now as we're talking. So that is something I want to help connect everyone here tuning in as you're watching this. Another thing with Moldavite, the more healing, right, it's going to take you on this healing journey, your awakening, to reconnect you back to your roots. And part of your roots is, as you go through your past life, your lineage, you're going to reconnect with the star roots, basically, of where you came. So that's part of your journey as well, right? Reconnecting back with the stars. As above, so below. Okay, so let's keep this video short. That is what I managed to piece together on how Moldavite and Feng Shui reconnects. Basically, we are harnessing the energy of the heavens to bring this heaven on earth. But first, we have to learn to heal within ourselves to be able to hold Moldavite's energy at a grander scale, right? Even like whenever so right now I have around 700 or 800 grams of Moldavite from different locations that's activated. Every time a new set wants to come through, I have to mentally prepare myself, like, am I able to hold on this new energy? Which I feel like it's about to come through very soon here. Okay, so let's end it with this, right? That's the connection of Moldavite and Feng Shui so far. So stay tuned. In this upcoming episode, I invited someone who's learned Feng Shui for a while now. She's going to talk more about Feng Shui, more of what she knows, because right now I'm bringing my knowledge of Moldavite and syncing up with someone who knows a lot about Feng Shui. And this is going to help uncover how to bring this heaven on earth. It's really powerful. She works with different activation dates too. So, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. So stay tuned on the, sometimes this week, I'm gonna be posting that video. And for those who are tuning in, right, I made a previous video on trusting and tuning into your higher self. So the full moon is coming up today. Later tonight, tomorrow. If you feel called and tap into your past life, during the full moon would be an ideal time to do it, okay? So check in with your intuition, see if you're getting pulled to do a cord cutting past life session. And if it's a yes, I put my information in the description on how to book a session. And I'm gonna open it up to night times when the full moon is. So tune in to see where your higher self is guiding you and if that is your one next step. All right, so that's all I have for everyone here today. Tune in, trust and surrender to your higher self, and always anchor in that everything is always working out for you. That's all I have for everyone here today. I love you, and I'll see you for the next episode. Tammy Do, sign out.